Hey guys, so I'm going to go ahead and do my 10-month breastfeeding update. I know it just seems like I posted my 9-month one, and I did, but I didn't get that uploaded for like 2 weeks because I was moving. So, yeah, so it's now been 10 months. Everything's going well. I did take Regulin for 12 days, and it boosted my supply back up to where it should be, so that worked out really well. And he is nursing when he wakes up 2 hours later before his nap, when he wakes up from his nap, and then normally one more time before bed, like a couple hours before bed. So he's nursing 4 times a day, and then he also gets a 9-ish ounce bottle of milk at bedtime. About every 3 days it's breast milk, the other 2 days it's formula. I pump every night when he goes to bed, and I get about 3 ounces at night. And then, so I save 3 ounces from 3 nights, then put that in a bottle, and that's what he has on the 3rd night. So some nights I get more, and then he doesn't need, I might get 5 ounces one night. And it just kind of depends on how much he nursed that day. Other than those 5 feedings a day, he does snack. Like, he'll crawl up to me and he'll start eating my shirt. And so I'll let him nurse, and he nurses for like 1 or 2 minutes, and then he's done. And so he does that probably about 3 times a day. Sorry guys, I'm tired. So he does that about 3 times a day, and then besides that, the 4 meals, the 4 nursings, and then the bottle. And I was really stressed out because I didn't want to give him any formula at all. And I'm so wish-washy on formula. Sometimes I'm fine supplementing, but then when my supply has been good and I haven't had to, then I hate to give him formula again. Because it's supply and demand, and once you give formula, then you're telling your body not to make the milk. But I'm over being stressed out about it at this point. I feel like I've done enough with breastfeeding that if he has to have formula, he's 10 months old, he's going to be fine. I was a formula-fed baby, I'm fine. Lots of people formula feed and their babies are fine. So it's just like more of a mental thing, being okay with the formula. But yeah, I've just kind of have to let myself relax about it. So anyways, yeah, everything else has been going well though. I did stop taking the birth control pill, and that's been going well. I haven't had any spotting. My period hasn't been trying to start like every week like it had been in the past. So as far as my supply issues with my hormones, that has pretty much leveled out since I went off the pill. Now, that being said, we are not trying to conceive. We are trying not to conceive. Anyways, that is that. Okay, so back to the breastfeeding. Yeah, everything's going well. He's feeding well. Supply is decent. And another thing is I've been going to breastfeeding support groups. Okay, so the first time I went, it wasn't a very good experience because the lactation consultant there wasn't very supportive of me. She was more there to support moms who were new to breastfeeding, which I totally understand why they need support. I probably should have started going to these support groups when my son was little, like a couple weeks old, but I didn't. But women who breastfeed need support throughout breastfeeding and all the time, and she just didn't get why I was there, I guess. So since then, I've gone back. I mostly went back because they have a scale there, and you can weigh your kid. And so I wanted to see how much my son weighed for his 10-month, so I could, know how much he weighed. I know you can call the pediatrician, but this is just as easy. I could go in, stay if I wanted, leave if I wanted, and I didn't have to go into a pediatrician's office where there was other sick kids. So, so we went, and the lactation consultant this time was like totally different. She was like, "Oh, there's a big boy," and she like came over right away to see him, and like told me what a good job I was doing, and wanted to know if I was having any problems, and so finally it was a really positive experience. Finally, like I've only gone twice. It's once a week, and I go every couple weeks. But yeah, it was way better this time. And I actually talked to some other moms. There was another mom there who had a 5-month-old. So that was the second baby closest to my son's age, but it was good to just go and talk to the mom who had an older kid and see what she was going through. And she was going through supply issues as well, and she was considering taking Regulin, so I was able to tell her about when I took it. And it's also, I think, encouraging for other moms who are starting with breastfeeding, having problems, to know that it can work, and to hear a success story, and see how rewarding it is. Of course, every mom who goes to the breastfeeding group nurses their baby, because they want to show the lactation consultant the latch and see if they're swallowing, and weigh them before they feed them and after they feed them and whatever. Well, my son, he's just doing his own thing, playing in the room, and then finally he realizes all these babies are getting milk and he's not. So towards the end of the meeting, he came over and started biting my shirt over my boob. So I let him nurse for 2 minutes, and it was neat for them to see an older baby nursing and see the relationship, the bond that I have with my son when I nurse him. And so that was something that they don't normally get to see. So it was just a good thing, because he plays with my face, and he smiles at me. He'll nurse and he'll pull away and he'll smile at me. And, it's more than just a, 2-week-old baby who falls asleep on your boob. So they can actually see the nursing relationship. And so, yeah, if you have support groups in your area, you should check them out. Don't bring your husband. Someone did, to this one that I went to, and he had to sit out in the hall the whole time because it's basically a room full of women with their boobs out. So, yeah, definitely take your baby and yourself, but probably limit it to that. And my support group is through the hospital I delivered at. So if you start taking them right away, you're going to meet a lot of other women who had babies similar to the times that you did. And it's just a neat place to meet other moms with babies of the same age. So that's another bonus to it, who is like-minded and has beliefs like you. So okay, so I'm going to stop yawning and go nap and maybe try to upload this, and maybe in about 6 hours it will actually upload. All right, feel free to ask me any questions you might have. Thanks, guys. Bye.